We all have struggles that we face. Sometimes those struggles can become so huge, it just doesn't seem like we can overcome them. I'd like to call those struggles giants. How do you overcome your giant? I think we can look at King David and learn how to overcome a giant, but in the same way, we learn how to be overcome by a giant. And I think both examples, both extremes, are great lessons for all of us. The first giant is one that David overcame. The Philistine, this would be Goliath, said to David, "Come to me, and I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and to the beasts of the field." Then David said to the Philistine, "You come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you've defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, and I'll strike you down and cut off your head, and I will give the dead bodies of the hosts of the Philistines this day to the birds of the air and the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel." He showed us how to overcome a giant by saying, I don't care about what you come to me with a sword and a javelin and a spear. He's saying, I come to you in the name of the Lord my God. I'm going to face my giant by saying, I come in the name of the Lord, and I'm going to overcome this giant. And he put it to death. There's key. Now for the time when a giant overcame David. In the spring of the year, the time when kings go out to battle. That's very important. David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they ravaged the Ammonites and besieged Rabbah. So Joab was his second in command. He's not a king. And they are the ones that ravaged the enemy. And yet where was David? But David remained at Jerusalem. It happened late one afternoon when David arose from his couch and was walking on the roof of the king's house, that he saw from the roof a woman bathing, and the woman was very beautiful. And David sent and inquired about the woman, and one said, "Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" So David sent messengers and took her, and she came to him, and he lay with her. So David was overcome by a giant. He was overcome with lust. You see, he had a responsibility, a job to do. As king, he was supposed to go to war, but instead he stayed on the couch. When we stay on the couch instead of getting to work, then what? Idle hands are the devil's workshop. We're going to allow giants to overcome us. He actually showed us how to overcome a giant and how to be overcome by a giant. We find in Scripture the example rings true. Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you, sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. On account of these, the wrath of God is coming. Put your giant to death. Don't let it live. Then you will ace your giants. Now you get the picture.